Hello everyone and welcome to another Thomas video. So today we're going to be taking a look at Overshop Scam in Thomas format. So today I'm here to find out whether the mid-range actually works in this format anymore because, man, everybody's just been comboing with Chrome Mox in this format. And there's been a lot of Belchers, so I'm going to be abusing that fact and playing some copies of White Orchid Phantom main deck and have another 2 copies in the sideboard as well. And obviously, it's not my video without trying out any of the new cards here. We're going to be trying out this card called Ketramos New Dawn. And this card has just insane synergy in the deck. First of all, this card is a draw engine. Every time a card gets exiled from the battlefield or from the graveyard, it draws you a card, which means Ephemerates, Swords of Plowshare, Solitude, even Deathrite Shaman exiling a land can actually draw you a card with the Ketramos, which is absolutely fantastic. Another thing that's really good about Ketramos is it pairs up very nicely with the Solitude plus Grief in the deck. Since the Ketramos pitches very well to both the Grief and Solitude, which is actually a pretty nice perk. And not to mention, this card does have a condition where it can't attack unless there are 7 or more cards in the exile. But since in order to evoke these cards, you do have to exile a card from your hand, and it's not going to draw you a card because it was exiled from your hand, but it's still going to count towards the exile pile, and that's going to let the Ketramos be able to attack as soon as possible, which is pretty important since this does have Menace Lifelink Indestructible with 4/4 stats. So the faster you attack, the better it is. And lastly, the trick with the Dedicated Dollmaker and Felia is against Chrome Mox, you could also blink those cards and make them lose an imprint, which will immediately 2-for-1 them and make them lose some mana as well on their following turn. And obviously, as I said, 4 copies of Grief, and we also have 2 copies of Juggernaut Peddler, which you can ephemerate as well. So even against a combo deck, as long as you don't die on turn 1, it should be pretty good. So honestly, I'm pretty excited to try this deck out. So thanks to that, I'm going to be hopping over to some Thomas Whistle 3 to show you guys how the deck does. So let's hop on over. This hand is so safe. Well, let's hope opponent's playing Belcher, you know? And they don't combo me on turn 1. That'd be nice. Well, so far so bad. I will say, so far so bad. Only swamps. Only swamps. Really wanted a land, you know? I really wanted a land. Because I need to keep up both Felia and Swords. Which makes things a little bit awkward. There's that Sorin. That's why I couldn't play, you know. What? Huh? I mean, like, what? Vein Ripper? In this economy? My hand is so bad. I mean, I'm still gonna die to the Vein Ripper because my hand is just so bad. I really hate playing against Necropotence decks because no one knows how to draw fast with Necropotence. It's ridiculous. Okay, I was kind of banking on this Velia, but looks like that is going to be game over. Yeah, the thing about the Vein Ripper is nobody plays this card anymore because it just dies to Solitude. I mean, the thing is, I guess I can just kind of look at their hand. I'm gonna lose this one anyways. Yeah, I just want to look at their hand before surrendering. Okay, so their deck is super vampire heavy. We'll have 2 more copies of Juggernauts. Get rid of White Orchid Phantom. Okay, so let's scam our opponent to death. I'm keeping the reanimate because I could be getting rid of a creature like this, you know? I think I'll just draw a card. Nice. Found the land. My opponent did have the nuts. Okay. Probably keep this one just for the Balemurk next turn. We'll just attack like this, get rid of a Sorin.
Childish games bore.
We're looking for a white creature. Ketramos. Attack. I guess it wouldn't have mattered doing the Solitude there, but Yeah, they're all in on the vampire plan. Which honestly, this deck does kind of get the job done when it comes to like getting like rid of a big fat creature. Like we have 4 solitudes and 4 swords. So my opponent took a mulligan. I might have to keep this one. I don't really like it, but the fact that like I have a swords for Sorin coming down and I have a grief, you know, I feel like I should. Really don't want to do this, but no, my Ketramos. Have it again. But that's fine because Solitude takes care of that if they top deck a Sorin. Ooh. I mean, I have to take the Felia, right? Shaman. They're gonna get rid of a Felia here. It could be swords as well. They went with that. But at least like this way, like they can't play a card this turn other than just leaving that up. So maybe I just kind of tax my opponent. Because playing this out doesn't... Ooh, another one. Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep that again. Because playing this out doesn't make sense, right? If I just keep holding it in, then they can't play the March, then they can't play whatever, like, they top deck, you know? Guess we just get another Felia. We play the Felia. They have to get rid of it. On the land. Get rid of the Shaman. Next turn, Balemurk comes online. I feel like that should be game. Nice. I mean, I do really like Brief, but... Might be a mulligan. I don't know, Chief. Ooh. Yikes. Please don't kill me. What has Timeless become? What has Timeless become? Okay, so... Okay, this is a pretty easy one. Just get rid of Necropones. Easy peasy. So they're gonna run out the Trespasser here. Which is actually pretty good for me if I draw a Ketramos, that is. You know? Gonna shift enter. Okay. I'll pass. I forgot it does that. Honestly, at the moment, I'm kind of banking on Ephemerate top deck, potentially. Well... Might have to sell it to the Juggernaut and then just double block the... Trespasser. That's so bad, though. I guess I don't really have a choice. Demonic Tutor into I just couldn't deal with the Trespassers, man. I'll have Emperor Bones this time. Yeah, we just single-handedly lost to a Trespasser, which is a bit of a shame. If the Ketramos actually showed up, if I actually had 4 caps of Ketramos and it actually showed up, it would have been better. Yeah, I'll try something like this. Again, just kind of a mediocre hand, you know? It's kind of a mediocre hand, but I have to mulligan. And I have to keep. Deathray Shaman. Oh, there's that Grief. Fantastic. I mean, I have to give them Nighthawk Scavenger. They keep playing cards that... Yeah, they keep playing like 3-mana cards that are like very beefy. Elder Profane. I think I can deal with Orcish Bowmaster for now. I don't think I can deal with this card, so... As I say that... okay. I mean, I can't play the Ketramos right now because they have a Deathray Shaman. Yeah, they're just going to eat it in response to my Deathray Shaman trigger. And we're just gonna let this go, because we do want to leave up the Deathray Shaman for next turn. Wow, they topped it. Kind of scary. It's kind of annoying. It'll push on top. Swords, not a bad card by any means. Not a bad card by any means. Yeah, we took extra 2 damage, but at least it's just a removal they top decked. Okay. Okay, we need to draw land, and then Ketramos is online. Yikes. I mean, at least the Balemurk is going to be online soon, so... Seems... Oh. What a top deck. I think I have to discard whatever we get here. And I think I'll just attack. Because once the Ketramos comes down and I start drawing cards, I would want, you know... Yeah. I would want this card on the battlefield. Emperor Bones. Wombo combo. And we're gonna start gaining life with the Ketramos. And this has Indestructible, so how is a black deck gonna deal with the Ketramos here? Probably won't be able to. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be actually blinking that. Gain life. In case they have a reanimate. Probably better to put the Solitude bag. You know? Thank you. Okay, opponent has a lot of creatures, right? Maybe I want some Skyclave Apparition. I think I'm gonna go down on Reanimate. I think losing life against that deck, unironically, feels really scary. I'm gonna put Deathray Shaman back and then -1 Emperor. Yeah, the life gain on Ketramos is really nice. Are we not gonna just see a Grief hand ever? Is that what's gonna happen? Okay, my opponent tops it again. So far, they haven't missed the top with their Surveil. Pretty scary, if you ask me. Okay, there's that Grief. They're gonna take away my Peddler. Okay. What? I'm so confused. Like, what is this? Cease and desist. Oh, wow. I didn't expect them to board that in. I didn't expect my opponent to have a board wipe there. Okay, I mean, that's not too bad. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you, that's not too bad. If it was Necropons, it would have been worse, right? Oh, nice! Oh my god, that's insane. What a top deck. So I think it's an Orcish Bowmaster. I'm gonna put a stop on my end step. I might want to play the swords. Wait, they have Season Desist again? No way. Or maybe it's a surgical? Oh, wow. It's such a weird tech. You know? Such a bizarre tech. Okay, Ketramos is already online. Man, that's insane. Ketramos. Insane. I don't think I care about the Witch Enchanter too much right now. Let's see their hand. Spell the Profane. Force of Vigor. Oh my god, their hand is so bad. Wait, what is this for? Hmm? Okay. Also, wait, do I... Oh, it's for Balemurk. I guess if I take this away, they can't ever get rid of Balemurk because they don't have an extra Force of Vigor. My opponent needs to play a creature or something so I can Skyclave Apparition, draw a card, you know? I mean, even if they play Necropons, like, their life total is so low already. What is this, like, did you get, like, a Solitude? Dark Ritual into Solitude, here we go. There it is. Okay, so I'm gonna blink this. That card's just too good, you know? Nice. And that's a mulligan. That is a keep. Guess I'm putting this back. Play this and pass. Marsh Flats. Mirror? Oh no, it's not. Chrome Mox and Reanimate? It seems like they're gonna go for a Chrome Mox Reanimate. Yep. There it is. Okay, so opponent has one card. So you know, honestly, I'm not really worried about their deck as much anymore. Also, should I dedicate a Dollmaker on the Chrome Mox? They do lose out on a land. Oh, they do have a playable card still there. That's funny. They were trying to tap. You see that? So it's a 3-mana card. Oh, that is what is that? It's a 3-mana card. Interesting. Okay, that's fine. Ketramos about to come out next turn. Pretty sweet. Boom. Easy peasy. So it's a Chrome Mox deck. White Orchid Phantom out. Emperor Bones in. I think I do want like 2 more Cups of Juggernaut. This is probably a... It's probably a Soaring combo deck, right? I'll go down on Ophelia. Also, what happens if you blink the Ketramos with a dedicated Dollmaker? Do you draw a card? I think you should. I'll keep this one just because if a Soaring comes down on turn 1, I can Solitude. Or not. Or not. It was a wishful thinking. They got rid of a Juggernaut. And then they're gonna reanimate. Sure. Honestly, yeah, that's what I thought. We'll leave the Solitude for some bigger stuff. Like, this is only dealing 3 damage a turn. Who cares, right? Unless they have a Ephemerate, you know? Dedicated Dollmaker. Why are you so difficult, opponent? Why are you so difficult? Why must you be so difficult? Well... I'll say no thank you to that. Okay, Solitude top deck was actually really good. Because now I can go Overlord, get another Solitude. I really want Ketramos. But yeah. Azores was really good also. Nice. I'm gonna try to guess their hand. Maybe like 2 doll makers? I don't know, like 2 doll makers, Soren Soren or something like that. Alright, so this deck, Orjop Scam. So I actually originally wanted to match up against a lot of like oops all spells decks or Charbultra decks, but we didn't see any of them. So that's why you see 2 copies of White Orchid Phantom main deck. So that is for that, right? So like instead of this, you could play something like an Orcish Bowmaster or even 2 copies of Emperor Bones in the main board. But I don't know what happened. We haven't seen a singular deck that is playing no lands. So White Orchid Phantom kinda stayed dead. So that was unfortunate. And the only loss we had was to a Mardu Energy. So this deck isn't gonna have the most fun time versus an Energy. The games were pretty close though. It was all 3 games, but the game was just way too long. It was like a 40-minute game, so I couldn't really fit it in here. But maybe I could. We'll see what I can do. Like if I edit the video and then like get rid of all the pauses, potentially I could get it in because I think it was a really good game. But we'll see. So obviously, this deck doesn't play any mana accelerants, but that's okay because we are playing 4 copies of Grief. If you can play something out on turn 1 and disrupt your opponent, that's honestly good enough for the deck to actually play in a best of 3 format. Because unironically, I actually think it does make some combo decks pretty degenerate, but at the same time, the decks that could already Dark Ritual into a combo could already do that before. So I feel like the Chrome Mox edition, it did accelerate the format a little bit, but it like I'm kind of eyeballing here. Maybe like I would say those decks got 10% faster, like on average of all the games they play. Like currently there's a lot of people doing like turn 1 combos and shenanigans like that at the moment, but I feel like it's the meta is gonna adjust and more people are gonna have turn 1 interaction, which means less people are going to go like all in combo decks, things like that, because they do like aggressively mulligan, which means sometimes they're gonna lose just from mulliganing. So I don't think we're in a too bad of a spot even in Timeless. So I built this deck to fight off against some of the decks that I see a lot at the moment. So the deck is gonna look a little bit like slightly weird. Like it doesn't make sense for the White Orchid Phantom to be here. For example, in a different world where there's not too many combo decks, maybe Juggernaut Peddler wouldn't even be here either. And instead, like we have things like Emperor Bones or Bowmasters, things like that. But because we are playing in a combo meta at the moment, at least like right now in the beginning of the Aetherdrift, because of the Mox Chrome hype is pretty real. So I'm playing 2 copies of White Orchid Phantom, and I'm also playing Juggernaut Peddler. And funny enough, this Dollmaker and Thalia can actually make their Chrome Mox like null. If you blink them, they lose the imprint, so these cards are extremely good versus those cards. Plus, if you're playing against Belcher, you know, like, they're not gonna have lands, so White Orchid Phantom's gonna be good. Peddler's gonna be good, Grief is gonna be good. And basically, the this deck has two different card draw engines. We have the Balemurk plus Thalia plus Dedicated Dollmaker, and we have a Ketramos plus Deathray Shaman, or, you know, any of the exile spells like Solitude, Ephemerate, Dedicated Dollmaker, Thalia, things like that. So what's really nice here is this combo here, if you White Orchid Phantom 2 a land that goes to graveyard, which means Deathrite Shaman can actually eat the land from the graveyard, which will trigger the Ketramos as well. So a lot of cool shenanigans here. So we actually didn't see too much Ketramos. One time the Ketramos came down, opponent surrendered. The other time the Ketramos came down, gained us a bunch of life and won the game. But most of the times, the fact that this is white and black means that it can actually evoke to both the Grief and Solitude, which makes it super worth it. Like a late game threat that also pitches to both of these. Like, it's so good. So, my early impression of the Ketramos as a 3-of has been pretty good. One, it's cheap. It's only 3 mana, which means you can even ram from a Deathrite Shaman. Plus, you can also, reanimate. It also pitches to both of these elementals. Synergizes very well with Ephemerate, which already does synergize with all the cards that we have. Yeah, I think as just a 3-of, my impression of this card was positive. So yeah, I mean, does seem like mid-range still kind of works in this format. So we'll just have to see. I'll run some more mid-range decks in this channel soon to see how it fares. So yeah, that is going to be it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye-bye.